You did.
Meow. 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 Meow.
Wow.
Kitty, kitty, meow.
Wow.
Nico.
Hi, guys. Thank you for joining us on Crafted. We've got Rico Stan and James the Fish Room Fever.
Hey.
And me, Chattanooga Ed. And tonight, on this channel, we like to make things. And so tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to finish what we started last week. And before we get to that, I've got a bunch of stuff I want to go through and talk about first. Okay? So the first thing is I want to show you the magazine I was in. It actually was a magazine. It looks like the Macho Man is on it.
Did you only get the one copy?
No, I have gotten so far. I've gotten about 12 copies.
All right.
I need one autographed.
Yes.
Oh, man, but check it, and it's a really cool. Okay, there I am.
Yeah, that's cool.
And there's Rob, my buddy Rob, the fish slinger, at his place.
Fish what?
His fish mafia name is the Fish Slinger.
Slinger.
Rob from Aquatic Aesthetics.
I thought I heard swinger.
No.
That's a whole different thing, probably.
Yeah.
And how does that work?
But look at the shirt I'm wearing.
That's what I was gonna say. I appreciate you, Ed. You're more awesome of a friend than I ever deserve. The fact that Ed knows he's getting put into a magazine and puts on a Fish Room Fever shirt speaks world for how cool that guy is.
Very cool.
And then they shot like every single tank I had.
Wow.
And they picked all the guppies that aren't my best guppies. So here's like what I look like when I'm doing a stream from the room. And the reason why I'm not doing the stream right now is I filled a tank up with water, and I was doing Bob Kaler's show on Sunday, and it was like completely killing the signal in the fish room. But that's what I kind of look like, except when I do the live streams, there's a box under the computer to make it a little higher. And I don't have I keep a cover on top of the table so I don't scratch it. But and I normally keep all my cool stuff behind me too. So
you got none of your decorations up there.
Right. Well,
you should have put some of those up just to show,
But I guess I didn't think that they were going to do a picture like that.
You're putting on airs.
Yeah,
fancy boy.
Yeah.
Fancy. But okay, so these are the tanks that they decided to show. A mutt guppy tank, which isn't the mutt guppy tank. That's the albinos. Oh, okay. My albino guppy. Oh, but I didn't even. This is the first time I actually looked at this. I drive all the time, so I've been driving to the hospital, and they give these out at the local Food City grocery stores. So I stop in front of the grocery store, and my dad runs in and grabs 6.
Nice.
And then we've gotten 12 out of 1. But they didn't label these right because it says mutt guppies, but that's my albino galaxies. Underneath, it says albino galaxies, but those are my champagnes. This one says mutt guppies, but it just looks like a bunch of females. I don't know what they are because he just took a whole bunch of female guppies. I don't know which group that is. Okay, the Endlers are Endlers.
Good. That's a plus.
The Endlers are definitely Endlers. And the fancy guppies. Oh, the fancy guppies are my Nebula Steel. I don't know if you can see them very good.
Yeah,
they're pretty.
Hey, real quick, I just want to say something. Dr. Awesome said, you heard it from me first. The $1.5 trillion spending bill that passed the Senate yesterday did not include the amendments to the Lacey Act.
Oh my gosh, it was already up? That's wonderful. Who just said that?
It's Amazon Research Center. It's Dr. Anthony. I call him Dr. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Doc. That's awesome.
Definitely. That is cause for celebration, which is exactly what Fantastic Freaks is doing in his super sticker with that party pair blowing the party thing. $5 super sticker there for you, Ed.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I don't know who this is, but he got a whole bunch of pictures of him looking cool.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
Oh, well,
Not
nice.
enough fish
Look.
tank.
It's that
Look.
hat. It's that hat.
Look at he looks like the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
It looks like a plastic cowboy hat, and his beard looks fake.
Yeah.
It is.
Shame.
Oh,
He's making me angry. Is that how Tennessee people really are?
this is a hard.
Is that a good representation of Tennessee people?
I have that outfit in yellow, red, and green.
Okay, all right.
No, this is a safety helmet that looks like a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
So it is plastic, but
It doesn't look too safe to me.
well, I bet you could drop a hammer on him and he'd be all right.
Yeah.
Sonny Montgomery, photography by Matt.
Yeah.
Is it Macho Man? It says
Uh-oh.
Randy something.
Look,
Ginger said.
he even
Oh, he's in a kayak. He's wearing a coat in a kayak.
he probably paid a lot of money though to advertise his business in
He's
here.
a poser.
But
Did he even have a PFD on? You never get in your kayak without a PFD.
the best thing about this article though isn't that they got the fish in the wrong spots, but they said that I have 150,000 subs.
Oh,
Well, alrighty then.
And then Bob Kaler, they interviewed him over the phone, and he does a great job explaining the nitrogen cycle. But I think they thought he had a fish store because they said Bob Kaler from Aquatics and Critters or Reptiles and Aquatics or whatever, the end of it, and from his place, or so they made it sound like he has a fish store, which is pretty cool. I wish he did, but
but do
I
you
wish I
wish you had a
would've said
fish store, or do you wish you had 150,000 subs more? Which one?
150 subs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No offense, Mr. Kaler, but
Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty neat. It's a pretty neat article. It's really nice how they talk. I said you don't have to spend a lot of money on setting up a fish tank. You can just buy a fish sponge filter and do it the affordable way and stuff. And it's just a really neat thing.
so the article itself was a good thing. It was
Look, it says, want to start fish keeping? Check out these recommended YouTube channels for information. And it's the Aquarium Co-op, the King of DIY, and Chattanooga Hat.
I love it. Oh, I love it. That's great.
that's beautiful.
I just saw that for the first time.
Two of those
That's
I would
funny.
agree with.
Oh, well, thank you.
I'm glad you took that the right way.
Hey, Ed's not so bad.
I need to send that. I'll send a picture of that to Corey and say, look.
Well, Ed, congrats on 150,000 subscribers.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to seeing your plaque, and hopefully they give you your check mark soon.
Yeah.
Before we get too far along, we've got 83 people have joined us now. We'll say some hellos here in a second, so Ed doesn't yell at me after the fact for not doing it. Before I do that, though, Bird Garden with $5 super chat. Next project fund with the
Thank you
strong
so much
muscle
for
there.
that.
And you had Eduardo with a $20 super chat. Says, Ed, send me a signed copy of that mag. Let's celebrate success for the Fish Fam. XOXOXOX.
Got to stand in line, Eduardo. Got to stand in line.
I gotta swing by and get some more tomorrow. Hopefully, I can find
A
some.
lot
more.
of people want them, Ed. A lot of people
Yeah.
want them.
Geekboard just threw $25 down in a super chat. Says to send Eduardo's copy of the magazine to Dr. Anthony.
Well, I don't know if anybody really wants it, but look, you better believe it was the article.
I love that. I definitely need a copy of that. I do.
Isn't that neat?
No.
Me too.
But before we move into tonight's craft
Unfortunately,
project,
the schmuck guy is on the cover.
I'm going to tell everybody that's you. You hit 150,000 subs and bought a new suit.
And I got some tapeworms and lost a lot of weight.
and made me angry because you didn't have your PFD on in the kayak.
I
Definitely.
don't know what a PFD is.
Personal
flotation. Yeah, what he
Oh.
said.
Okay. See, I carry enough weight.
Yeah.
I honestly think I could pretty much sink in any lake and just backstroke and eventually
go.
get somewhere.
You just always wear one. You never know what could happen. You could have a heart attack. You could get hit in the head. I mean, there's all kinds of things. It's just a rule. You should always have it on.
You
That's
could be
not
ran
preaching.
over by a speedboat.
You could very much so. It happens.
Yeah.
Happened to a guy here in New York.
It happened to a guy that I used to be on a football team with. He was, even though he wasn't on a kayak, he was on a jet ski, and a speedboat ran him over, and he had to have a metal plate put in his head, and he never got to play football again.
Rough.
Did
It's really
he pee
rough.
his pants every time the microwave went off?
I don't know. His name's Aaron Fuller. He graduated with me. He lived. We voted him for our class president.
That was a quote from Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay.
Ed
Cousin
Starfish. Oh, you got a
Okay.
couple more super chats.
Oh,
You got them,
What-
James? You want me to
You grab those, and then if Ed wants, I'll do the hellos, and then we'll move into this project here.
Okay, so we got Kenny saying you rock, Ed, and he's got the guitar and a bunch of we got the Geek Boy one, and then Garcia Aquatic said, "Hey Ed, keep it up, and guys doing an awesome job."
thanks, man. I really appreciate it, guys.
Oh,
You guys
there's another one.
are awesome.
Dr. Awesome says, "Send my copy to Eduardo Lavoz."
Oh, I love it.
Well, we will. We'll definitely do that. We should
All
send.
right.
We should send this down. Now he's in Peru or Peru.
Yeah.
He
Right.
will be.
Yeah.
He's in
This-
California right now.
This could be
He'll be in Peru anytime now.
This could be their waiting room reading.
Absolutely.
The Chatta News. Or I guess it's just called Chatta or Chatter.
Yep.
It's called Chatter. It's terrible. It's not. Oh, I don't want to say it's terrible that I've never read the magazine before. It's really nice that they included me.
I think so too. And
That
it's
is
very
so.
cool, and you should be proud of it.
Yeah, we're proud for you too, definitely. That's super awesome, buddy.
We're going to need to do a poll for the people to vote. But do you want to do the highs while I go get something?
Absolutely. I'll go ahead and run through that real quick. Hello. On the participants list, everybody hanging out there, we've got ABC Aquatic Biotope Creations, Amazon Research Center for Ornamental Fish, Bunny Viper, Blizzle Aquatics, Crypt Keeper Aquatics, Anakin Aquatics, Fish Tank Tag, Garcia Aquatics, Geek Boy, Lady Diane, Liquid Zoo OnlyFans, Master Aquatics, just call me Eduardo, My Fish Tanks Aquatics, New Local Austin, Nolos Dolls and Aquatics, Patrick Hardy, Ricky De Hoyos, Rustic Nashville, SC Cataholas, Scuba Stevos Aquatics, Snoochie Booch, Son of a Quack, Stephen P, 2003 Aquatics, The Zen Ginger, and Tutang Lore. Everybody else that's out there hanging out, lurking and listening, not on the participants list that YouTube gives me, hello, and we appreciate you all very much as well for being here.
It's a lot of aquatics.
That is.
It is.
And real quick, Kenny said one of my son's friend had a metal plate in his head, and I didn't think it was true, so I stuck a magnet on his head. It stuck, and he had a seizure. I felt so bad.
Oh my gosh. So it is kind of like a Kennyism
Yeah,
to someone else.
Kensident.
A
Kensident.
Kennyism sounds like a whole different thing.
Well, you never know. So, okay, you guys can't really see this very good. I'll just lift it up. This is the one that I made on screen. The Crab-a-Hat. Or Crab Island. What were we calling this, Rico?
Crabitat.
The Crabitat.
Now, this is what I
Doggy dog.
wanted. This is perfect for my crabs. So I'm also like making videos of how I do all this stuff for the people that don't watch the live stream. And I'm going to go grab the one that I made the skeleton on the live stream. This one I made the skeleton on the video because I kind of like did half and half. But let me grab what happened to the other one. But you can see how this one looks really nifty, right?
Turned out great.
It did. It turned out really well.
Well, oh gosh, it's kind of awkward. Okay, I just want to make sure I get it all on the table. Now this is the one that I made the skeleton And this one's quite a bit smaller than the other one. But what happened was a lot less. I used a whole can of foam. But look at this. Almost all the foam blew off and down. And see how it's all spread out? It doesn't have those pretty balls or, kind of like the mushy, rough stuff. It looks real smooth. This just looks like pudding. Like the other one looks more like a mousse, real airy. But this one's like a kind of like just lava or pudding.
It does look like lava.
So I'm going to redo it. But what happened was it was too windy when I was doing it outside, and it was just blowing it all down and out of the holes and stuff. So you can see where you can see the holes and stuff. But I actually think this might look really good in a 40 breeder completely underwater for my Synodontis. And I'm going to cut a hole here, right here, for a cave for them to swim into and swim out of, even though they may end up laying their eggs in there. That would be bad. Well,
I don't think it looks bad. I see what you mean, though. I do like the other one a little bit better, but that still looks very usable and looks great. I mean, it's still...
Well, I think I can hollow out some of this back and put a plate in here and put plant or dirt in there and grow plants through these holes. And wouldn't that be kind of cool, having like plants growing off this mountain?
Yeah, definitely.
In different areas. If I do like, I don't know what types of plants I'll use. I was thinking oh my gosh, I can't remember. What's it called? I was saying it earlier today. James, the dwarf, or the small Anubias. Whatever.
Nana Petite?
Nana Petite. That's what I was like, I can't believe I can't ever remember anything when we're live.
So if I could recreate that lava flow volcanic look, I would build one of those sand fountains and use black sand substrate and have it look like a volcano spewing black stuff down it.
What if you got red and black sand?
That would be cool as well.
Oh, yeah.
I bet I could do that.
Yeah, and you could definitely partition it to where you could do just red blowing out of it and it would filter back through, or you could do it mixed together. Either one would be awesome.
Yeah. There's another $10 super chat from Michigan Tropicals.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, I want to ask him. Thank you so much, man. Oh, let me put this up. I want to see if the fish I used yesterday for a short is his fish. I really enjoy the shorts, guys. I have so much fun making them every day. Let's see. Is that one yours? I think
that's
that
some
one
cool
is.
Color on that.
Yeah. This was the weirdest short I ever had, because normally they're only in the short feed for about an hour or two. This one was in the short feed for almost 2 days, but it was barely being shown. So I ended up getting 6 subs out of 1,000 views. It was just very strange.
You said that, yes, that is his.
Well, awesome. Here, I'll show that. See how it was like a real, normally it's just a straight line, but this was just a gradual climb the whole time before they cut it off.
Yeah, or I was showing you how mine do that about half the time. They do the slow climb instead of the peak. I lost a couple subs on my last short, so that was fun.
Oh, I lost one off of one, just a couple. When I did the dojo loaches, somebody was like, "Ew, dojo loaches are gross." Okay, so James, do you know how to set up a poll? What happened to my mouse? There it is.
Just got to be on the YouTube side to do it.
Yeah, I don't have access to your YouTube anymore. I'm just a viewer because your password got changed out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
I can't pretend to be Ed anymore, or I'd have 150,000 subs.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be. Boy, that light is so bright on this thing. You can't even see the texture. There, you can kind of see it when I get real close. But these are going to be the awards to the next Aquashella.
Nice.
So
I love that you changed it up. Yeah, good job, man.
Yeah, every time I'm gonna do a different one. I figure since it's a Lone Star State, they can be starfish. You know, because it's in Dallas. I'm thinking this one is the gold one because it's the thickest. Or no, this is the thickest. This is the fat ones that you see at when they sell their dead bodies dried up. I'm thinking this gold. Which one of maybe this one bronze and this one silver? Or no, this one's bronze and this one's silver, so it goes thickest to thinnest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
It was going to be hard to do it.
Matt gave you a $2 super chat. And he says, "Congrats on 150K. Send me a signed magazine."
You bet. It's pretty cool to have 150,000. I just wished it showed.
Oh, it shows. It shows.
So I'm going to do this. And we're just going to paint these guys. And this is a pretty lame, like I said, guys, this is kind of a lame episode of crafting. But I just didn't want to start a new project and not be able to finish it for another month because I'd probably forget all about it.
Yeah. And for anybody who doesn't know, you want to talk about that real quick, why you're going to be gone for a month?
Sure. Probably everybody knows, but
probably there might be some newbies.
Yeah, I will, and I can explain it pretty good. I was born with a bicuspid heart valve. Well, your normal heart valve has like three flaps that open every time your heart pumps. It's like three triangles that are like. Well, mine just has one, so it opens like this. And the problem with that is it stretches out the flaps because they aren't triangles, just a slit. And what's happened is one of them's ripped loose. And so it's like flapping like this. Every time my heart bloops, this one goes open, and then this one goes bloop. And
do you think it makes a noise? Like
it does make a little noise. It makes a weird noise. So it's squirting against the side of my ventricle because, like, if my heart's like this, my ventricle is starting to bow out from being squirted because it's shooting against the ventricle. And they're hoping that the heart valve will make it so it'll go back to normal. But if I never get it fixed, it's going to start stretching out the heart. And then eventually I'd have to have an artificial heart valve or heart altogether. And that's no good. Nobody wants an artificial heart. At least right now. I mean, maybe when I'm like in the same time age as Picard. And then it'd be pretty cool. Because Picard had a artificial heart.
Delilah said, "Same with my husband, Ed. We go to the cardiologist every year to monitor it."
Yeah. Eventually it's going to turn into every 3 months as soon as it gets close. I used to be once a year, and it just kept going. And it's really annoying, though, because they discovered it about 17 years ago. And they could have went through my neck at that time and fixed it. But they waited so long. Now an aneurysm has also grown next to the rib. So they have to put like a cap also. So instead of just a flat thing like this, they actually have to cap it like on. So it's also covering up the aneurysm.
Mary Beth said it makes your heartbeat sound like a washing machine.
Oh.
I like mine better, Mary Beth.
What did you mean it's going to? That's going to be the worst part is some people say they can hear their heart click when they have the artificial ones.
That would be weird if it's clicky.
Well, and I can't stand the sound of a heartbeat. Whenever they like are saying, "Oh, listen to the baby's heart," and it's going, it like grosses me out so bad. I hate that noise. I hate it. Boom, boom. Oh, it's always grossed me out my whole life. I also decided to paint these up here because I painted them downstairs last time, and the humidity in the fish room is so high, it left them sticky for about a month.
Mm.
So here, there's no humidity, and so I think it'll be a lot better.
Jess said her cousin was born that way as well, and he grew. And as he grew, he would have to go back every few years and have another surgery. He had 11 when he was born.
Yeah.
And as he grew, he said, I'm going to be a lot like you, Dad.
Well, that doesn't sound... what does that mean?
Cats in the Cradle.
Oh.
So,
my dad was always afraid I would sing that to him, because his dad was never there for him. But my dad always was, so he's awesome. And if Uncle Bruce is watching, hi, I love you, Uncle Bruce.
We love you, Uncle Bruce.
Hi, Uncle Bruce.
Uncle Bruce had the coolest dad in the world, except that he died before I was born, so I never got to enjoy him. Okay, now I've got to lift this up without getting too much paint on me. Oh.
While Ed's doing that, I've got to say, I forgot to hit the like button on the way in. If you're one of those crazy people like me, check, see if you hit that thumbs up. Show Ed some love and support.
Well, thank you, James.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
here's a real one for you, Ed.
This is mine, too. I am not logged on either. Afterwards, I'll do mine.
Zenny said her grandmother had the same-ish surgery about 12 years ago, and she's still kicking at 87.
Well, and you see, my grandpa on my dad's side, he died the year before I was. Both my grandpas died like a month apart from each other. And it was really sad. He was really young. I don't think he was 50 yet. And my Uncle Bruce's dad, on my mom's side, he was young. But my dad's, I think he was in his 60s. But still pretty young to be dying from a heart attack.
Yeah, both of mine died pretty young too. My grandpa, my dad's side, had emphysema, and my mom's dad had a brain aneurysm. He died 11 days after his 55th birthday. My brother found him too, and my Uncle Donnie, his son, also died 11 days after his 55th birthday of a brain aneurysm.
Dang.
Yeah, those two. That whole side of the family's gone. They're all gone. There's not a single one from that side of the family. All the uncles and aunts and cousins, my mom. I mean, they're all gone. Shoot. My brother, my sister, and myself are all that's left of that whole part of the family.
Oh, talking about families, I wanted to give a shout out to my great cousin or second cousin. You don't have great cousins. It's my mom's cousin, Joanne, and she has an Etsy channel, and her Etsy name is Missy Rue Design Store. And she sent me these coasters. They're little Chiefs mugs.
That's super cool.
Very nice.
Yeah. And I mean, she didn't send it to me to get a plug, but I'm like, doggone it, I'm going to give her a little plug.
Do you have it written down, the address, the Etsy store name?
Just what my mom gave me.
Missy Rue Design. One of the mods want to see if they can find that. We can throw the link in there.
And she lives in Arizona. So
really?
Maybe she used to know you.
Maybe.
You know anybody named Joanne?
I don't know. Yeah, but I think they live here. I don't remember. Do you know where in Arizona she lives?
No, but I can yell and find out. Well, we'll give her another plug in another month or so if I remember.
There you go.
There's another super chat from Lilibet. She gave you $9.99, and it's got the little fox cat holding the heart.
Oh, thank you so much.
There we go. Matt got it.
So much.
Missy Rue Etsy. There we go. There's the Etsy store.
Oh my gosh, Matt is crazy good. He's unbelievable.
And Dee Dee, yeah, that was pretty cool. My buddy Roger stopped in the stream today. Hadn't seen he's watched all along, but he doesn't usually chat much. So yeah, it was good to see him. He's the guy I told you about that was going to come up and tell us the story about how he got tased naked by the police.
Oh gosh!
So it's a long story, but there's a lot to it.
Oh, somebody else. I was going to say, I didn't think I told you all about that.
You told me, James.
Yeah, I tell you everything.
I know. Let me grab something to put this starfish on to dry while I do the next one. Oh gosh, it wrapped around my teeth.
Sarah J. Oh, you're gonna have to put it down. We'll wait till he comes back. He might want to hear that. Maybe he doesn't want to hear that. He probably doesn't want to hear that. My mom's ex-boyfriend had an artificial heart that's titanium put in. She said it sounded kind of like a clock ticking. I was trying to say it before he heard us. There, nothing. No clock tickings. No, we're not talking about clocks.
Oh, you guys couldn't see me painting. Now you get to see me try to awkwardly pick this one up. So wet. Okay.
I like it. So what are you going to do for the Chicago ones?
Should I keep it a secret or tell? I can tell.
It's up to you. Maybe keep it a secret. Maybe it's a good idea to keep it a secret.
Or I can tell you guys, and maybe I'll change my mind, and then it'll be like a surprise if I change my mind.
Or you will just think you lied to us.
Yeah.
You lied to me, Ed.
Oh, crap. I forgot to mix this one. Only white goop came out.
Oh, I hate when the white goop comes out.
Hang on, I got to clean off my paint. I only brought one paintbrush, so I want to try to catch this goop and put it back in the bottle.
So I don't know if it's late enough for this or not, but I guess we'll find out. I'm going to be a little off-brand here. I've decided one of my new favorite hobbies is to troll all of these half-naked girls on TikTok doing their live streams, sitting there staring at a camera with limited clothes on. You know, everybody comes in there and their pickup lines and all that fun stuff. So I've started throwing out my new pickup line, and that's, are you an aquarium? Because I would love to stick my wood in your wet box.
Wow.
Nice. Wow.
It goes over most of their heads because they don't know what the heck I'm talking about. But it's funny because they're like, oh, you get banned a little bit, but you know, whatever. I knew the fish people would appreciate it because it's not dirty, but it could be taken as such if you're not a fish.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, that's what you should start telling all the girls at Aquashella.
No, I think I'm not going to do that. But you know, it's fun nonetheless.
I think it's funny.
Lady Diane said shocked, and Nola Jane's just laughing.
Yeah,
said, ew.
I rarely go that far off brand, but I had to share it.
Yeah. That's what's you know, like I used to have a friend who never ever swore or told any kind of dirty jokes or anything ever, never. And then we were all out one time, you know, I don't know, we went out for drinks or whatever, and he loosened up a little bit, and somebody said something to him, and he just went off on him and, you know, started swearing just constant. We were all just like shocked. We're just sitting there with our mouths open. Oh my God, you can swear. And he did good too. I mean, he was like saying stuff. I was like, wait, what does that mean?
Oh, wow.
ABC, his pickup line is, are you an orphanage? Because I've got some unwanted kids to put in you. That's just wrong.
Oh my goodness. So I said that's why I'm on that side of TikTok. No, I spent about an hour just scrolling through live feeds, which I normally avoid because they're very cringy. But that's all it was, and I got bored. I was like, I couldn't find one person with a fish tank, and I started going in and asking if they had aquariums. They're like, what? But I'm happy to say I actually followed about 100 fish keepers just in the past 2 days. So about 95% of the stuff that I see on my For You page, as they call it, is fish content. So that's really cool.
Well, I've been discovering some new people on with my shorts, because if they leave a message, I try to respond to all the messages, and then I overdo it. And I like what I say, and I love what I say, and I love what they said, and I like what they said for the algorithm. But if it's something I've never heard of, I go and I look to see if they have a show, and now I've been subbing to them. And I'd let them know there, too. It's kind of neat. I met this one guy who had this great Shelly fish tank room that Sean would have loved. Well, he probably still would.
That brings up a point. We see all these same people in the chats all the time, but the amount of actual fish keepers that are interested in actually keeping fish on YouTube is massive. There are tens of thousands of them at least.
Well, I think that this was a few years ago before the COVID, but there was 7 million fish keepers in the United States, which is kind of low compared to like European and Asian. And I think it's because so many people have been fed the wrong information and they gave up. These box stores, they just want to make $1. So they sell them stuff that they don't need and they aren't successful. They spend a lot of money and then they quit right away. And I really believe that that's hurt the hobby in our country, the big box stores. But still, if there's 7 million people out there, they have to, they don't have to, but this is a great place to come and learn. It's not like cats and dogs where there's like almost 60 million each of those, or 55 million each of cats and dogs, but still, we'll get it up there. And I think YouTube will help them, keep their fish alive.
Yeah. Speaking of that, how a lot of times in the clubs, the older folks in the clubs see the YouTube stuff and don't want anything to do with it. They're like, oh, you're a YouTuber, you're not a real fish keeper and stuff. Well, we're trying to change that perception for the Keystone Clash by doing a lot of different stuff for the Clash as a group. So it's Fish Fam at the Clash. We're a platinum sponsor for the Clash. We're also aiming to sponsor their Give a Kid a Tank, the entire thing. We're trying to sponsor their aquascaping thing. We really just want to really show people the good side of it. You know what I mean? Show these older people, or not, I shouldn't say older people, but just people that think that the YouTubers are just people shooting goldfish out of a gun or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
They're like dropping fish down a slide.
Yeah. That there are a lot of very educational YouTube channels. There's a lot to be said for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're doing a good job. Like I said, the clubs that are putting on the Keystone Clash have been talking about us a lot because we've been drumming up so much interest. They're way ahead of where they were the last couple of years with ticket sales and stuff, and it's really been a huge positive, and we're just getting started. We could be the biggest sponsor for the Clash this year. We're definitely going to be in the running for it. So, and that's amazing. It's just a great group of kids, great group of people doing it.
Hi, Don. I just wanted to say hi to Don real quick. Well, and I totally agree 100% with you. Is the old guard? I was affected by that in the St. Louis club. I
remember you said that.
And both these clubs here in Chattanooga and Knoxville are brand new, and everybody is friendly to everybody. I really like that, where you can talk to everybody and just have a good time. They're a lot more accepting of the YouTubers. I think they think we're swell guys. I mean, I don't think they think we're great or anything, but they treat us just like anybody else, which is cool. And that's all I want.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, James, Rico, and I, we're not pros, or maybe Dr. Anthony is, but most of us are just normal schmucks that just love to talk about fish.
Absolutely. The problem is that it is so much easier to be one of the bad fish keepers on YouTube. And that's where I won't say all, but that's where a lot of the attention goes when people see crazy stuff and stupid stuff. That's oftentimes what really gets out there to people that aren't familiar with what the fish side of YouTube truly is and truly should be. So we get a bad rap because I think it's more publicized the stupid videos and
Well,
stupid things.
negativity always weighs more than positivity, unfortunately.
Oh yeah.
And just about everything. So that's why we're trying to make a big difference this year for the Clash. I mean, we can't do it everywhere, but there's a lot of us that do live in the Northeast, and we're trying to make a difference with and get the word out. We actually have a because we're a platinum sponsor for the Clash. They gave us 4 vendor tables. We're doing a raffle there. We're going to have
Awesome.
a monitor put up there with a bunch of our videos, basically what you're showing there, James. We're just going to do a bunch of videos from all the people that are going. There's a thumbfish.
Yes.
And have that there, and we're going to just talk about stuff. I think somebody's going to do like an aquascaping thing. And Ed, what are you showing us?
Well, I don't want to interrupt.
No, that's fine. It's your show, dude.
I for my dad's birthday this week, I gave him that $400 fish tank, sculpted fish tank that I won at Aquashella.
Oh, nice.
The escaped one that was in the competition. Well, and so my mom said that she wanted a nice stand to put her fish tank on.
Her fish tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we got this at Hobby Lobby. This is going to be our next project here in the next couple of days. We're going to stain this all cherry wood except for the white, because her furniture is pretty much all white and cherry wood. And then the fish tank will fit perfectly on top.
Oh, nice.
And I'm gonna make a video of staining this thing and the whole process of setting up this tank for them. And hopefully I can put it out one of the weeks while I'm down. Because I don't want you guys to forget that I'm alive.
Never.
Oh, we won't, buddy.
So I'm going to try to put out a video every Thursday is my goal.
Just don't interrupt us while we're on your channel, okay?
Yeah. Don't be rude. No,
But,
we definitely won't forget you, and we're going to miss you that month. I mean, we'll be talking, but not seeing you.
Yep.
And that's very cool that you gave your dad something cool like that for his birthday.
Yeah, and basically, I don't know for sure what mom has decided to go in it. She was hoping that we could get the glowfish because she really likes glowfish, but I told her that we don't have a black light hooked up to this, so they're not going to really glow.
So my birthday was just last week, and I got a Jimmy P action figure.
Nice.
Oh, that is so awesome.
There's Jimmy P.
I need to get a Jimmy P action figure and have him autograph that for me.
And Brother Dan sent me a cheese thing again. Cheese and ham and chorizo.
How much have you ate?
Oh, it's gone.
All right.
That was I got it last Friday, I think. So, yeah, it's gone. I think it was Friday. I don't remember when I got it, actually.
I made a birthday short for you.
You did, and I appreciate that very much.
Well,
you and Lisa from KG Tropicals. Lisa had a card for me, and she read it during their stream on last Thursday night. That was very cool.
I saw that. That was very cool.
It was very heartwarming. Lisa, that's just how Lisa is. And yes, you did.
It's so dorky, but it got.
I loved it. There's Jimmy P.
86 thumbs up. There's Jimmy P right there. I need to buy one of those guys and send it to him. But look, it got 2,556 views in the hour or 1 hour.
I love it.
It's crazy. And 2 subs. Thank you, Rico, for having a birthday.
You're very welcome. Thank you for making a video.
Well, I thought, it would be maybe 25 people would wish you a happy birthday on it. I didn't think 2,500 people would see it.
Eduardo said the cheese and stuff was gone 20 minutes after I opened it. No, it was actually just, I think it was yesterday I finished off the cheese. The chorizo went that day.
Is the gas still lingering?
Cheese doesn't really do that to me.
Oh, God.
I eat a lot of cheese. And GRB asked if I had a glass of wine. No, I have to be in the mood to drink these days. Really got to pick my times. And Fishymon, of course I didn't get your happy birthday text. You're not going to text me happy birthday. You're rude.
Oh, that's mean.
It's an inside joke.
Oh. I think he said happy birthday on the little video.
He probably did. It's an inside joke. And for anybody, normally I would follow Ed actually in a few minutes, but I'm not doing my stream tonight. So if anybody else feels like streaming, that's a good time to do it. Ed usually finishes somewhere around 11:45 to midnight. So, but I'm not going to go tonight. So there's a good time slot for somebody if they want to stream.
Yep, we have 15 more minutes until we're at the top of that we've been running for an hour. We try to do an hour.
Well, yeah, we go on our time, not real time. So at the top of the hour.
The top of our hour.
Hour. English is so weird.
It is. And it's even weirder when you hear English people speak English because it doesn't sound right.
He's here tomorrow, speaking of English people.
Oh, sweet.
My son-in-law's he comes in at 4:20 tomorrow. 4:20 he comes in, that's when they're picking him up tomorrow. So he'll be here for 90 days.
So now if he sprains his ankle, will he say, "Shall we go hospital?" And are you guys all going to look at him like, "What?"
Well, we'll understand, but yeah, they do. They don't say the hospital. You're right. They say hospital. They don't say university. They don't say the university. They say university. They drop the for a lot of things.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. It's probably proper.
Or they've just advanced.
They just what?
Advanced.
Oh, I've got a couple of friends I game with in England, and I tell you, they are not advanced.
No.
You need to tell them to start learning how to speak English. You're American. That's where English was invented, right?
Oh, goodness.
Those Brits need to learn how to speak English.
We do have a lot of fun, though, talking about that kind of stuff. We compare colloquialisms. I can't say the word tonight, but we, just the different dialects and stuff and different things that we say and spellings, just, all that kind of stuff. It's fun to compare it.
Yeah, it is. And GRB's here. I bet he's speaking in a really cool language right now.
Crikey.
I'm with Nola's Dolls and Aquatics. 'Cause America.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, last night it was pretty funny on Blake's channel. Blake hit 15,000
I
subs.
saw that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's 1/10 of what my channel is, according to the magazines. Hey,
I mean, it's published, so it must be true.
yeah, it's published in the Chatta News. So YouTube needs to catch up and just give me the 150.
I mean, it's in print.
Yeah. I'm right up there with Joey and Corey. Oh boy. But still, it's pretty nice that they did that. But well, it's good to have a name like Chattanooga Ed when you're in the Chattanooga newspaper.
Yeah. The chatter.
Yep.
Not to be confused with the shatter. Those are two different things. You can chat, but don't.
But Blake was speaking with a Southern accent, and it was great.
Do you remember his video where he did all the different accents? He did like a Canadian one, and he did a bunch of different accents. I can't remember all the different ones he did, but he did like a Southern accent, and then he did I think he did like two different American accents, and he did a Canadian one, and I think maybe a German one or something. I don't remember the other one, but it was a funny video. It was like a year and a half ago or something like that.
I still need to keep working on my English accent for Allison because she asked me to try to speak with an English accent. And I really need to practice a lot.
Well, you just need to make sure it's subtle. It doesn't need to be like, Dick Van Dyke and,
Codney?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like super
Hello,
strong.
Roddy. How you doing? Hey, Rico, let's go, ching. A shimmy chim. Or whatever.
It's a lot more subtle.
Yeah.
So I had a gentleman. He was technically my helper, was his job title. But when I owned an appliance delivery business, it was a guy that was always on the truck with me. And it's been many years. I can't do it like I used to. But we actually had a skit we would do sometimes to mess with people, where we would both do the entire delivery in a British accent. And he was my brother, and we had a whole backstory. It was great. And at the end, we would always drop the accent and tell him to have a great day and just walk away.
That's funny. Somebody else was doing that too. Not exactly like that, but tried to do an accent the whole time. I don't remember what it was.
Well, I used to be much better accents until I moved to the South. And now all my accents have turned Southern.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't understand. It's like I used to be able to do a really good New York Jewish accent, and now I do it and I sound like Foghorn Leghorn or something. I said, that's a joke.
All your accents live in Texas?
I don't know, but it's I have like my Southern accent, or I don't think I actually have a Southern accent, but when I try to do an accent, they've all turned Southern.
Gotcha. I just drew a blank on what I was going to say. The New York accent. I always think of like Woody Allen every time.
Yep.
That's where I go every time I try to do that accent.
Well, here's one you might remember. Remember the Pink Panther?
Yeah.
Okay, there was the other cartoons, and there was the Anteater.
Yep.
He had the New York.
I'm an anteater. I eat the ants.
I'm an anteater. Yeah. Well, I sound too much like Yogi, but I used to do,
Hey. I'm an anteater. Hey. How about Popeye? You do a Popeye?
I've never been good at. Can't do it. Yep. Can't do
Hello, always be kind to your animals.
Nice.
Do I miss the Sonoran Desert at all? Don Gallagher says he's out there working. Yeah, a little bit. I usually miss it in this time of the year, and then that's it. I don't miss it, when the blacktop is melting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I once was supposed to do a layover in Phoenix, and they diverted us directly to LA because I was going to LEX. Well, we were going to stop off at Phoenix and then go up, and they diverted us straight because the asphalt had melted. They were like, the tarmac's melted, so we can't land. So we're going to go just directly to LEX. It's like, well, it's kind of a win-win. I don't have to do a layover.
Sky Harbor is not the nicest airport. At least it wasn't back then. I don't know about now, but
it was pretty neat, though, because we kind of went low over the city. And then we diverted up. They decided not, but did the Phoenix Suns just lose in the NBA finals or something? It went back when they had Charles Barkley and Hornacek and Mullen.
Geez, I don't remember. I never got into basketball. I tried to like it. We went to a game, my son and I, we had free tickets. So I took him to the arena, which was, I can't remember the name of that arena, but,
Sun Devil Arena or something?
No, Sun Devils. That's ASU. Sun Devils.
Oh.
I don't remember what the name of the arena was, but
they were doing a giant parade and you could see it from the air, and it was kind of neat. But I don't think they won. I think they lost, but they still.
Well, that's not the right time, would it be? When does basketball end?
It was like in June, late June.
Really?
Yep.
Usually, we always liked our first 100-degree day because that's when all the snowbirds would leave. As soon as it hit 100, that was like the cutoff, and they're like, "Nope, I'm out of here. I'm going home. Forget it. It's Africa hot."
Yep. Well, it was just cool. I don't know. And I don't watch basketball either. I'm just amazed that I knew that many guys off that team.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Never been a basketball fan. You know why? Partly because I never could play it. I sucked at it. I just always was horrible with basketball. I could play football. I could play baseball, play a little soccer, but basketball is just horrible at it. So I don't care to watch it now.
I never played a real game of basketball. I played it in PE, and I don't like playing it with my friends because I foul them too much, and I hate that. I don't want to foul my friends, but I still end up knocking them all down. So, yeah, I don't play basketball. I just play hockey in the winter.
Yeah, I mean, last time I played basketball with Ed, he put an elbow right into my rib cage, and I lost half of my my elbow.
Ed wasn't even playing, was he? He was on the sidelines.
Anyway, just charged onto the court and fouled me.
I'm just out there tripping.
Out there tripping?
I'd be tripping.
Who were you playing with? I forgot. Was it Mike?
Yeah.
It was Mike Fish Tank Barn, and we were up against John from KG Tropicals and Jason from Primetime Aquatics. And Mike and I just kind of sat down and was like, "No, y'all can just do a team swap and compete against each other. We're done here."
Well, and I've never played a game of baseball in my life. I've never had a hard ball pitched to me in my whole life.
Really?
I've played in thousands of softball games because I played in softball like from high school, like church softball and stuff, and then work softball and beer league softball all the way up until my 40s.
I played Little League when I was in like first grade, and then I had to. My dad made me. It wasn't a choice because he coached a team, and it was my brother's team who was a little bit older, so I had to play. And then I played baseball all the way up until middle of high school when I just stopped playing. But I played football that whole time too. Well, no, not when we lived around Chicago. When we moved to Arizona, I started playing football. So I think fifth grade, I think, was when I started playing football.
The UAW allows you to have a softball team, as many softball teams as you can put together from a factory. But our factory had none. And I'm like, well, this is BS if we can have a free softball team. And I got to name the team and everything. And so we went with the Headhunters. We had awesome jerseys. They were like black and red. They said Headhunters across it with the UAW symbol. And it's so cool. I love this. And we were terrible. We were just terrible.
Yeah.
But
it was just fun. Yeah, it was just fun, right?
Yeah, well, these other UAW teams, when you go to tournaments, they fly in or drive in and, man, they slaughter you. They've been playing for years.
And they take it serious, huh?
Yeah, and then we would cheat because we had this one temp. He never was even in the union, but we gave him a union card just to play with us. He was like a professional baseball player. He was amazing.
He's a ringer.
He played the whole outfield, but unfortunately the rest of us were terrible. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. Yeah, well, what happened? I won't get into that. But it was a
Go
lot.
ahead. We got nothing going on now.
But I never played hard baseball or basketball. Played lots of hockey in my life, lots of soccer, indoor, outdoor soccer, both, and lots of football.
Did you play any of those different types, like highlight or any of that kind of stuff? Any of those?
No, the sport that I wish I could have played, that I always wanted to play, but I was never in a place that actually had teams, was lacrosse.
Yeah.
I think I would have loved lacrosse. It's so much like hockey. I played field hockey, men's field hockey. And that was the most running I ever did in my life, because it's on a full-size soccer field.
Yeah.
And it's basically like lacrosse, but with full hockey sticks, and you use a rubber ball. And oh man, I lost so much weight that summer. It was amazing. I think I did it for like 3 or 4 summers. But
when we lived in Arizona, my son, my oldest son, Anthony, he played football in second grade. I mean, he played in kindergarten. I mean, kindergarten, it was tackle football, but they only had one game. They just taught them how to put all on pads and stuff, and they taught them, stances and offense and defense and all that kind of stuff. And then they did some skirmishes and stuff, and they had one game, and that was the season. The next year they would expand on that, and they had like 4 or 5 games. Next year they had, each year they had more. And when he was in second grade, we moved up here to New York, and the school that he went to, they didn't have a football team, and he was so disappointed. It was the only sport he liked to play, but they didn't have it because it's such a small area. They didn't have enough kids to field a team, so he didn't get to play, and he didn't play anything else. Although he did try baseball, and the first year he did pretty good. In the second year, opening day, spring training, he's all excited. He goes out there, and the coach tells him to pair up and just play some catch to warm up and stuff. First time the kid throws a ball towards my son, and Anthony doesn't put his glove up like this. He tries to basket catch it. But the problem is it came right and hit him right in the forehead, and he fell backwards. And I laughed, and he fell backwards, and he was laying on the ground going, oh. And I was like, come on, get up. I was just standing right over there, and I walked over, and he goes, it's broken. And I was like, are you sure? Is it broken? And yeah, he broke his arm.
Oh, his arm was broken.
Very first, not even pitch, but just playing catch, he broke his arm. So I wanted him to still go to the practice and stuff and still stay involved with the team. And they had him running bases and stuff with a cast on. And I was just like, you know what? No. Because if he falls once with that cast, who knows what he's going to do. So,
yeah.
And that was the last time he ever played.
Okay. My mom went to teach me how to play baseball. My mom was a super baseball player growing up. Okay. She played with the boys. She was great. She was first base, super awesome. And she played softball with the girls and stuff too. But, she was throwing the ball with me back and forth, and she said, Edward, because that's what she calls me, they're going to be more like this. And she threw a fastball straight at me, and right at that moment, my brother screamed. And I went like this to look at my brother, and because he's like 3 or 2, and then I went, and it broke my nose.
Oh, man.
She laid me out. My nose is still today. It's like extra wide right here. She put it right between my eyes. She rushed me to the hospital. And I was like, baseball's a little too dangerous. I'm going to stick to hockey and football.
I don't blame you.
Let's stick to the razor blades and sticks.
Yeah. But that, that's when I was a little kid. And, well, I mean, like, second grade or something. So, I also wrestled too. But I didn't like wrestling because I was the biggest kid. So the coach would use me as the experiment, or not the experiment, to instruct everybody. So he'd be like, you grab him by the shoulder like this, then throw your arm between his legs like this and flip. And then I'd be, I was like constantly being just beat up. And I was like, yeah, this stinks. I'm not doing this. So I quit wrestling after a season or 2 of that. I think I did 2 seasons, but it was I hated every minute of it. But oh well.
When I was in high school, one more baseball story. When I was in high school, I told this one before, I think, but one of my, I don't know if he was a friend, an acquaintance, was out in the field, and the coach was, hitting balls out to us and stuff. And actually, I was up there by the coach, and he was hitting out there. And he hit the ball out to him, and then the guy, he threw the ball, he caught it, threw it back in, and then he screamed, and he fell to the ground. He was holding on to his arm, and everybody went running out there, and he's like, "Oh, it's broken!" And the coach is like, "It's not broken," And he's like, he moved his arm like this, and it just it was like a noodle. It was just like, blah, 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 blah. And the coach is like, "Oh, yep, that's broken," and he screamed again because the bone was rubbing on bone. Yeah. It was so gross.
It's terrible.
All right. That's enough baseball stories.
Yeah. So I never played baseball.
We got
sorry.
Sports.
What? No, I'm just kidding.
I broke my leg without playing softball.
I never broke anything.
I was rounding third, and I've had all my cartilage removed out of my knee from a hockey injury. It was actually a hockey injury. I was a coach, coaching. And I blew the whistle and said, okay, everybody come in, because they're all doing drills, out there. And then I was going to talk to them about, what's baby cat's kind of walking around weird. Oh, I think she's going to throw up. Okay. So, I blew the whistle, had everybody come in. And it was like first week of practice. And with high school hockey, you have all sorts of levels of hockey players. Some that have been playing their whole life and some that just started playing, because your schools can't fill a whole roster with skilled kids. So you have to teach kids also on the fly. And this kid was one of those kids that had never learned how to skate or anything. And he took me out from the side, tore my knee up. I was like in a big cast for the whole season. It was horrible. But the kid quit after taking out the coach. He never came back. And I was like, I called him up and I said, Eric, you don't have to quit just because he ran into me. It's okay. I don't blame him. But, oh well. So he tore my cartilage and I had to have it removed. And then like years later, I was rounding third and it's bone on bone. And when I was running as fast as I could around third, and I like just put my foot on the base and I pivoted, and the bone went and just split straight down.
Wow.
And I thought I tore ligaments in my knee because I couldn't put any weight or anything on it. But that's because every time I put weight on it, the bone would separate.
Jesus.
And we had a double hitter that day. And like the three guys that are backups, all of them got hurt in that game. And like they all kept saying that all of them said the same thing. They all hurt their hamstring. So I ended up playing the second game in the outfield on a broken leg. And what's worse is I went up to bat 7 times. I hit the ball all 7 times and tried to hop to first base and got out every time. So I was like the only guy getting outs for our team the whole time. Oh, it was terrible. But oh well.
I don't have any good stories for myself from anything. I never really was that great or that bad or never broke anything, never.
Well, I wasn't like great at softball, but I wasn't going to let a ligament stop me.
I wasn't going to let a little thing like a broken leg stop me from running around.
Michigan Tropics asks, what size shirt do I wear? I wear a 3X. I'm a big... Oh, can I bring that up to everybody? I want to bounce this off everybody.
Why are you asking? It's your stream, dude.
Okay. Well, I want to get 100 T-shirts for the Fish Mafia for when we do Aquashella or Aquaticon, and I'm going with, I have to get them at least 100. And so it's coming out of my pocket, and I'm hoping that I can sell enough that eventually I can start buying enough merch to either make a profit or to at least make enough stuff that everybody can get stuff.
And who are you getting the shirts from?
It's a local, we have actually a T-shirt company here in my town that makes socks and T-shirts.
All right. Because that'll save you a lot on the shipping, because I was going to say Matt knows somebody, and we got the guy whose shirt you're wearing, Texas Fish Room.
Yeah.
He makes stuff too. But if you got somebody local, I mean, that's going to save you so much money.
Yeah, their office is literally at the bottom of the hill where I live.
Gotcha.
So I don't want to walk there because the hill's kind of big, but I live on Blueberry Hill and I have to go down Blueberry Hill to get to it.
Now found my 3 hill.
Well, 4Xs cost twice as much as normal shirts, but I don't want to charge more for that, so I'm going to charge everybody the same. But I'm only going to get 5 4Xs out of 100. I'm going to get 10 3Xs, 20 2Xs, 30 extra larges, 20 larges, 10 mediums, and 5 smalls. And I'm basing this off of what happened at Aquashella because they sold out of all their extra large stuff.
Gotcha.
So I'm hoping, and then the hats. Okay, basically, I need to sell 11 hats to pay for my hat. I'm going to sell that. The hats are freaking expensive.
They are.
12 hats.
Well, how much are you wanting to sell the shirts for? And it's only at Aquaticon?
Well, I'm gonna probably, I don't know. I will try to figure out some type of website or something for people to buy them, and then I can either give them to them at the different shows that I go to, or order it and I'll ship it.
Okay.
I don't know much about shipping either.
I might know a guy with a website that sells stuff that
Yeah.
could
Yeah,
put those
that's
up there
true.
for you.
That's true.
But you see, I'm not like trying to become some type of mogul or something. I just want to get our stuff out
Yeah.
without Teespring giving us crappy stuff. But the hats, I'm buying 12 hats, and basically, if I can sell 10 of them, I get my hat for free. So that's how that works. And the hats are going to be $20 also. So, and I hope that's not too much for a hat, but that's the best I can do for hats.
I don't wear hats, but you definitely buy a shirt or two.
Oh, that's cool. Well, so they're going to be solid black, just with the Tennessee, just like this, really. And this place, maybe the reason why the hats cost so much is they don't make hats. So I don't know. Maybe that's why. Maybe I should try to find somebody that does hats or embroidery. But and then I want to find out how much bandanas cost, and I'm hoping the profits that I make, I can buy bandanas, and then maybe I could give bandanas away or charge next to nothing for bandanas, because I think bandanas are cool. Just that's the long-term picture. I can't afford to buy bandanas until after the show, and hopefully I can turn some profit to be able to buy that and more t-shirts.
Absolutely.
If that makes any sense.
Matt did say, in all fairness, he said, to be fair, Teespring doesn't really mess up much, but when they do replace it. That's the experience I've had as well.
I did not know that. I have gotten some great stuff from Teespring and some terrible stuff from Teespring.
Yeah, I actually have some of my Teespring merch featured in a magazine. A guy that's got 150,000 subscribers was wearing my shirt. The magazine.
Yeah.
It was off Teespring.
Oh, yeah, and that's a good shirt. That's a really good shirt.
Yeah,
That
is a good one. I have that one too.
But you know how much money that we make as a profit when somebody buys it off Teespring? If you buy a Chattanooga Ed shirt, I make 24 cents or 26 cents.
Yeah, we set the prices as low as we pretty much could and just said, here, we want you to have the stuff. We don't need to make money off of it.
Yeah. So the goal is to try to make as much as I can and just keep turning it over.
So if I may, no, definitely. If I may chime in here, our good buddy Rack Bird Garden is scheduled to go live in 6 minutes.
Oh, awesome.
And I want to point that out because apparently Corey just went live. So we want to make sure that Rack gets some love over there on the Bird Garden channel. I know that's where I'll be headed to.
Awesome. Well, that's super cool. So, but that's one of the other things that I'm doing that hopefully, it'll be fun. And, I've got to find out if I'm going to be able to sell the stuff at Aquaticon. I don't know if they're letting YouTubers have a place to sell stuff or if I have to try to.
It opens up a lot because we talked about it too, because we are getting that space at Keystone Clash. And we said, well, do we want to allow people to sell merch from there? And we decided no, because it's not that big of a space. And
Right.
what if somebody brings a bunch of art? Now they just took up every place, and why do they get to have all the space? So we just said there's no merch being sold from there. The vendor booths are only like $40, I think, at the Clash. So
That's
not it's not bad.
The problem though is that my vendor space would be this big. I'd put one shirt and one hat. But that's okay. Maybe I'll if I do well at this one, well, I don't know if people want to buy Tennessee stuff in up there.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Well, because there's going to be like at least 50 Fish Fam people at the Clash this year. So I mean, even if
maybe
you get 10 shirts, that's still 10 shirts.
Yeah, maybe I could rent a booth and let everybody use it. or if anybody else wants to sell some shirts.
or go in. I know Bex was thinking about doing a booth for her artwork. I don't know, how big the booths are for the vendors. I don't know if they get a. Yeah, I don't know. It's something to look into, though. Maybe you could share a booth with somebody, or
I talked to Sean about it, and I asked him if I could rent a piece of his booth, but because he's having one for his wife, but he said that he's probably going to be filled up. So
gotcha.
I'll probably talk to James and ask him if he knows somebody that wants to split a booth or.
Yeah, I hear that James guy might know something.
Yeah, I'll make sure you get taken care of, Ed. So just.
I mean, I'm not.
We ran into the issue of, 10 local people that, breed fish in their garage all want to split a booth and pile a bunch of stuff in there for like a tenth of the price. So officially on the thing, it is listed as no booth sharing, just because we had issues with a lot of people that were wanting to do that. But well, I mean, you're on the board, so to speak, Ed. You're a part of the founding group here, so we'll take care of you. The shirts will be available for sale there, one way or another.
Well, and like I say, they're just all the same, so it's not like I'm gonna be doing a whole lot of stuff.
Hey, Dr. Anthony, the YouTube area. The more we talk about it, it's really just going to be a smaller room. I wouldn't worry about it. What I'm trying to say is don't worry about it. If you need to get in there, you can go in with somebody else. You're not going to be missing out on a whole lot. It's really just a separate area for interviews and such like that. So you can get into all the rest of the Keystone Clash without that 500. You do get a discount on your ticket. That's a nice thing. But as far as getting into anything, you're not going to miss anything if you don't get that 500. Sorry, I don't mean to keep talking about the Clash.
At the Clash, can I just show them that I've got 150,000 for my? It's in print.
It says it right there.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
And
that's never going to wear out.
Kenny said he has a booth at Fishtoberfest.
That's
Send
awesome.
me some of your shirts. I'll sell them for you.
Well, and I have to send him a shirt no matter what. He sent me one of his, so that'd be super cool. But yeah, I figure that Tennessee Fish Mafia would do probably the best in Tennessee.
Well, yeah. But I can tell you any place where the Fish Fam is going to be, which again, we are a very large presence at the Keystone Clash. It's worth it for you to bring them there too. I can guarantee you'll sell quite a few.
Well, and I don't know how it works because I have to pay so much for the screen to be made. And then I have to pay up front 100 shirts. I have to pay everything up front, and I have to pay for 100 shirts up front. But maybe once I get going, maybe they'll let me just buy 20 at a time. Or, like if I say, all the extra larges sold out, all 30, but I still have all these smalls and mediums.
Yeah.
Can I just buy 30 more extra larges? And maybe they'll set me up. Oh, Stephen P's here. He says, I'm having my own booth. Well, that's awesome, but I hope you don't sell those one Girl Scout cookies.
He said, I am my own booth.
Oh, he is. Well, his daughter makes some excellent Girl Scout cookies, except for one that I ate last night, and I did eat the whole box.
I don't think she makes them, though.
Oh, I hope so.
No.
But it's like it's a hard cookie. It's like a hard chocolate, super hard rock piece of chocolate with peanut butter on top, and it almost hurts my teeth to eat, but I ate them all anyway. Howard, we got 1 minute before we go to racks. Everybody, thank you so much for coming on and hanging out with us this hour. Sorry I didn't have like a super cool craft for us to make this week.
It's still cool to see the inside workings of that. Oh,
that was awesome.
Nice.
But Jenna P, I liked all the other cookies that your daughter made, so she did good there. Okay. Thank you for all the super chats, guys. I really appreciate it a lot. If anybody has any special ideas for crafts that you want me to try to do or think about, I would love to think about that while I'm down for the count for the next month and a half. while I'm gone. Don't forget me because I'll still be here eventually. So thank
No,
you
we'll
guys,
remember.
everybody, for coming.
Now, Saturday, are we going to do, James, do you have anything planned for Saturday?
I'm going to enjoy it until Sunday comes.
Okay.
Well,
So-
is the saltwater are we doing the saltwater thing?
I don't know that Mike's available this Saturday. I know Saturdays were booked for him for a while.
Well, why don't we do we'll do a stream this Saturday then, for sure. If Mike says he has to do salt, then we'll change it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's do a spotlight for somebody.
And
There you go.
then maybe next week we have the geek out before you go out.
Yeah, because I've made 2 awesome wallpaper, or not wallpaper. Well, they're kind of wallpapers.
Emails, wallpaper, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, and I want to use them so bad, guys, because one of them is Rico, and he looks so amazing as a Green Lantern. You guys will be amazed.
That was
I've seen some of the stuff he's talking about. It's awesome.
It's funny as hell. Yes, 16th Whip. It's on the 16th.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't.
So what?
I'll find out if I don't think I have a doctor's appointment that day.
Okay.
I've literally had one every day.
Yeah.
Week. One was just a dental thing, and my dentist got a new girl to clean my teeth, and I hate her. She's like, I thought she was scraping my teeth. I've never had somebody scrape my teeth so hard. And then twice she hit my gums with her thing, and I jumped, and I was like, was it just me? And Dad said, no, I don't like her either. And I'm sorry, lady, if you're watching. But you need to be gentle.
Well, my point about talking about those other streams is just the fact that we'll see you before you go out.
Yeah. And it'll be fun. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much. Let's head over to Rax and have a great night, guys.
Absolutely. Link in the description. We will see you over there.